Hey there, this is Ragnon, and this is my walkthrough for Rik Reverb from a Resto Druid point of view. So before I start the recording, you can see these marks here. This is how we have it set up to do the baits and stuff. It's hidden underneath the title, but over here we have the liquid weak aura, and it has each group of players. There's 2 players assigned per marker to be assigned to soak that. So I was a part of the X group, and I was working with one of our other healers, Donut, to alternate. So he soaks first, and then I soak after. And with this specific pylon, you only have to soak it once each. So he was soaking it right after the shield broke, and I was soaking it as it was nearing max stacks right after we baited a pylon. So it is getting to 100 just for a brief second. I'm not sure what the point of view for the other pylons looks like, but that's how it looked for mine. And I apologize, but I'm not going to pretend to know how the weak aura is set up. But we each have an assignment macro that does like a mouse over target marking thing. So it's really easy. Once it comes out, you just push that, and it's a mouse over target marker, and it'll mark that pylon with that mark, and then it will automatically track on your screen what the energy is and when it's your turn to soak and stuff. Honestly, I wasn't looking at that very much. I just knew exact moments in the fight when I was soaking. I knew it was like the last pylon bait before the intermission, when it was hitting max energy. So that's just kind of how I managed it. But if you want to watch the weak aura and stuff, that's great. As long as it's not maxing out and killing the raid. So here, unfortunately for this kill, for some reason my Discord audio is bricked, so you're not going to be able to hear raid callouts, so I apologize for that. Right here, melee is baiting the first amplifier. I'm ramping for the first echoes thing here, when the barrels come out. So these pylons are shielded on Mythic difficulty, and so players are going to get affected by these circles, the zap circles. And in order to break the pylon, they have to touch another person that also has the zap circle. And when they do that, it will pop the pylon. If they touch each other off the pylon, then unfortunately it'll get rid of that. So right here you have a little grace period right when it first comes out. So you can see those 2 people just went and popped it on X. The other 2 people are holding it, and they're going to pop this shield as soon as this next pylon drops. And they run in, and boom. Now something that happened that I didn't get a chance to talk about is going to happen again here in a second. This soak line, it's going to target, I believe it can target melee and ranged. So you can see right here this frontal. Everybody needs to soak it. If you get hit and it drops you down below 75% health, you can see Joyous there. He got mind controlled. So as a healer, what you want to do is just focus heals into lower health targets and make sure everybody's topped up. And if everybody soaks, then you shouldn't have people getting mind controlled. If they dip below and they do, then break them up quickly. So right here, oh, that's a little unfortunate. Right here, it's my soak. So let me back up so you can see that real quick. So the reason I'm waiting here is you can see on my screen in the center bait amp. So I'm waiting. We're baiting this ranged amplifier. You can see now it's going, and that big brown circle that just appeared, that's it. And I got hit by it coming down. It doesn't kill you, but it does stun you. So I'm a little late to the soak here, so we're taking some extra damage. Here, as a druid, I know I can survive max stacks. I just save bark skin and iron bark for that. And if I'm a little scared, I go into bear form as well. And then I just make sure I have all my hearts on me. So pretty easy to soak if you're prepped. Right here, it's about to be intermission. So for the intermission, I use my roar to help us get to position. And here, the one thing that you should be focusing on is not getting hit by those like shriekwing looking waves. If you get hit by one, it's not the end of the world. If you get hit by a second one before the debuff runs off, then it is the end of the world. You will get mind controlled, and you won't be able to get to the next pylon, and you will get hit by the wave and die. So I think it's like a 5-second debuff-ish. So if you do get hit by a wave, you need to put all of your attention into dodging and making sure that you don't get hit by a second one, because if you get hit by 2, you get mind controlled. Here we're baiting. You can see there's already a pylon on star, so we started on the next one over, and we're just working our way from left to right. So you can see the X one was just baited by melee, and so we have it marked, so it's tracking it. Mine is kind of, I put the weak aura off of my screen. It's down. You can see it on the bottom left by my raid frames. It does show the energy, and it shows who is ready and the stacks that you and your partner have. I didn't look at that at all. I just kind of, we talked about it and planned it out in advance. So here we baited, and we're moving over to Moon now. You can see the circle one, it just got marked. It has a shield, so the next set of zaps that go out, they're going to go and break that. Here's the soak.
Mark skin in 11.
Prioritizing lower health targets with regrowths. You can see the 2 people are running over to break it. The other 2 people are holding. They're just staying off the group. I don't believe they keep it long enough to break the shield on this one. I could be wrong. But right now the big focus is on the barrels. So if the healing is good...
Convoke the spirits in 11.
Oh, sorry. This is the... No,
Iron Bark.
Sorry, this isn't the end. I'm tired.
Tranquility in 11.
Let me back up a second here. So, something I forgot to mention, these barrels, this is obviously more of a DPS thing, but if the healing is good to go, you want to help throw in damage to any last barrels that are remaining that might pop, because if any of these pop, it's a wipe. You might be able to survive one going off. I don't know. We got to a point in our progression where they stopped going off, or it just ended up being a wipe. So you definitely want to make sure that these die. We do 3 heal it. The damage check is very, very tight. So as you know, everybody gets more gear, that's going to become less tight. But under healing this fight is definitely the way to go.
11.
So here I run and I'm draining.
Iron Bark.
Making sure that I'm using my defensives on myself. Barks again, Iron Bark. And then for this second, leading into the second intermission, this one worked out so that I convoke. And then immediately Tranquility after. It's not a super high value Tranquility, but it does prep the group for the intermission. And also it helps with the CBR of my convoke so that I can use it. I believe I used this next one during this intermission. So here I got hit by a wave. I'm focusing all my attention on dodging waves until that debuff goes off, which just went off. This is a lot of healing during this intermission, especially if people are getting hit by the sound waves. So this is a great moment for Resto Druid to shine because of the high mobility. Excuse me. And here I could convoke, but I'm saving it for the next timer that I have set.
Convoke
because
the spirits in
nobody's
11.
in real danger, and I want to make sure that I'm using it during a moment where there's going to be more damage coming rather than just stabilizing the group. We have time to stabilize. So right here, ramping. And here come the barrels, and we are hitting convoke. One small optimization, if you see me turning my back like that to the boss, that's so that it prevents Wrath from being cast. So you can get more healing output out of your convokes by turning your back like that. And I break an X. It's just more of the same.
Convoke the spirits in 11.
Bait in the pylon. Here we have to, I call them to move to Moon, because you can see there's already purple there, so we can't bait there. If they're too close together, if they get baited too nearby, they amp each other up, and they fill up with energy faster than you can actually drain them. So that's why the marks are placed the way that they are, is so that they don't amp each other up.
Rallying cry.
My soak is going to be soon here. I'm just waiting for the next amplifier bait. And this is actually the end of the fight. So you can see over here, the enrage is in 30 seconds. So right here, the pull before this, we had gotten to this point. I'm going to talk about this. We had gotten to this point, and we focused on the barrels and stuff like that. And then as soon as he entered the intermission, we wiped anyways, because he just starts killing everybody. So we agreed that we were not going to focus the barrels on this set. For this one, we're just going to completely ignore all the barrels and just full focus the boss. And so here on comms, they're calling somebody soak circle and stuff like that. X is not fully filled up yet, so I ran over to soak circle. because my soak is soon, and I knew I was
Iron
available
Bark.
to do it. So I cast it, and then right here I cast Convoke, and you can see it cancels my soak. So I don't think you can Convoke while you're soaking, because if you click and then Convoke, it cancels it, and if you Convoke and then click, it'll cancel your Convoke. So unfortunately that canceled. Here I finished my Convoke, somebody else is grabbing it, and then I soak that, and I'm popping all my defensives here, and I'm trying to get X down as well, so that we're not taking the damage. I could step out now, but I was already in here and spamming stuff on myself, so now you can see we're not taking damage from any of these extra pylons being maxed out. Actually, I think Star is about to finish. Yeah, Star just finished.
Nice.
But it's just a burn to the finish. We just beat the Enrage there by... See, barrels are...
Nice.
Yeah. Like 6 seconds to Enrage right here.
Nice.
So.
All right.
But yeah, once you hit that intermission, if you hit that last intermission, you're just dead, so... Alright, that is my walkthrough on Rik Reverb. From a healer perspective, there might be mechanics that I'm missing from other perspectives like DPS or tank, and I apologize if that's the case. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up in the comments. I check them regularly, and I am willing to help out in any way I can. So, hope you have a nice time on Rik Reverb.